Hi, who are you and where are you from?
Catherine Driskill from Paintsville, Kentucky.
And you're traveling through, we're right now on the border of Texas and New Mexico at Russell's Travel Center. And you mentioned that you have not had COVID and none of your friends have had COVID, and you right now can't think of anyone close to you that has had it.
I thought of one person. My stepson who lives in California had a mild case. That's pretty much it.
So do you feel that it has been a big pandemic that's kind of missed you so far?
I was watching it when it first showed up on the news back in January, and since it was novel, we were really worried about it. My husband was going to a conference in Los Angeles the 23rd of January, and I begged him to wear a mask on the plane. Nobody else was doing it. He thought I was crazy. And the next week was when everything hit the news, really. It showed up on the internet around January 1st, January 2nd. We started watching it, and we pretty much locked ourselves down. I think it was the beginning of March. We have two houses that are right next to one another. He moved into one, and my daughter and I moved into the other one. And I didn't see him basically for 6 months. I'd put his food out on the porch, and I'd call him and say, "Your food's okay." And he'd come and he'd get his food, and he'd wave to me through the glass. And back in September, we decided that it was starting to die down enough that he could move back in. He was working remotely from the college. And
why were you quarantining from each other again?
Because we didn't know how serious it was going to be. The stories coming out of China at that time were pretty bad, and we decided that until we knew more, we'd be rather safe than sorry. So he was the only one going out. I didn't leave the property until September, from basically March till September.
Wow. That's a
But
long
then
time.
we have 11 and a half acres in Kentucky. So we could get out and move around. That was a saving grace. We don't live in the city.
And so you don't have your husband with you.
No.
You're quarantined away from even your friends.
Yes.
And extended family.
Yes.
And how did that affect your feeling of wellness, your psychic happiness?
I had lots of books. I got a lot done. I took some internet classes. My husband worked. He moved back in with us in October. So we've been all back reintegrated since October. And they just, actually 2 weeks ago, stopped remote teaching at the school and started bringing everybody back in at University
What does he
of
teach
Pikeville.
again?
He teaches at University of Pikeville, Kycom Medical. He's director of simulation. And I'm moving my daughter out to Chandler, Arizona to live with her father for a while. She's decided she wants to experience the big city.
And So, are you feeling like you're moving out of the COVID quarantine? And I see you're still wearing a mask at a gas station. And
the masks do nothing medically, but they make people feel better, and we're supposed to be kind. So I figure if it makes people feel better, I'll wear a mask. It's no big deal.
And have you had a vaccination?
No.
Are you going to?
Not if I can help it. My husband had to get one for the college, so he got the Johnson & Johnson because we're trying to avoid the Pfizer and Moderna. If I have to get a vaccine, I'll get the Johnson & Johnson, but I just assume not. I have lots of allergies and I don't trust it. So.
And so you're social distancing though, and you're wearing your mask, and for a while you were quarantining. What do you see going forward this year? Or in the future? I mean, do you think we're going to be masking and where do you see this whole COVID situation going?
I think the powers that be have gotten a taste of absolute power, and it's going to take some reeling back to get them to stop putting that much control over people. So it's going to be interesting. I figure until everybody's comfortable about not wearing masks, I'm happy to put a mask on. It doesn't really do anything, but it makes people happy, so make people happy.
And you say your happiness has not been. Has anything good happened this year?
It's been a very interesting year, but lots of good things have happened. Like I said, I got a lot done. I worked on the house, and I worked on the property, and made friends going to the restaurant for the first time in forever, because everybody talked to one another. It was like, yay, we're out!
Wow. So there were good things that happened, and you didn't, and you think that going forward, you're uncertain what's going to happen, but you're worried.
I think they're going to use this for purposes that they don't need to be using it for. The death rates for COVID are about the same as for the flu, so we don't do this for the flu. There's no need to do this for COVID. Unfortunately, people do die. People die from the flu. And it looks like COVID's going to be around from here on out, so we might as well get used to it.
Very good. Thank you very much on this on this Easter day here in the 4th of April. Thank you so much. I forgot to ask you an Easter question, and so just as one last question, how did you celebrate Easter, and how has your religious celebrations, how have they been going this year?
We didn't celebrate Easter this year because we've been driving all day, trying to get to Arizona as fast as possible, and dropping my daughter off, and I usually don't do it because there's no Quakers near me, so we don't have anywhere to go for Easter. And my husband goes to the Russian Orthodox, but there's no Russian Orthodox near us either. It's basically Baptist in Eastern Kentucky, and that's what makes them happy, so that's what makes us happy.
Thank you very much, and happy Easter.
Happy Easter.